Martin Bailey, a nature and wildlife photographer based in Tokyo, Japan, sharing every aspect of my photographic life to help you with yours. Welcome to the Martin Bailey Photography Show. Hi there, Martin Bailey here. Today we're going to take a look at Gura's Bataflae 18 litre backpack, camera backpack, and this is primarily for me at the moment. I've picked this up because I want a smaller bag to use on my Namibia trip and my upcoming Iceland trip, and I figured that with the little bit of downsizing that I've been able to do, this is going to be enough for me. Also, I mean, if you look at the size of this thing, it's going to be much easier to just walk through airport security with the smaller profile. Now, of course, when I'm going through security, I don't attach the tripod. This is too long to carry on. This will go in my suitcase. But I wanted to walk you through sort of how I've configured the bag and give you some pointers on that. The 18 litre Bataflae, as with all of the Gura gear bags, comes in this sack, which is great. Keeps it protected. You can keep the bag in that if you have to store it in dusty places, things like that. I generally just take it out and don't use it again, but it's always nice to see it when it comes wrapped up like that. To give you a comparison, this is the 26 litre Bataflae bag, and this is the 32 litre. So you can see that they're a decent size. I still use all three. Well, I haven't used this yet, but I still use the previous two. Let's line them up like this so that you can see. So it gets progressively larger. This I still use on my winter wonderland tours because they're here in Japan, because I need the 200 to 400 in there, a whole bunch of other stuff. This one I've been using more for my landscape work with smaller lenses, but because I recently was able to replace two lenses with one in the 11 to 24 millimeter, I figured I could go even smaller, and so this is the 18 litre is going to be it for my lighter weight tours for the while. So I'm going to just tell you a few other things I've actually taken out. The bag comes with plenty of these separators. These aren't going to be used, but if you have smaller kit, maybe you're using mirrorless system, something like that, you probably have an even smaller bag. But you know, there's plenty of separators. The bag comes with this kind of clip for the sides here, strap. I generally replace these with the accessory strap with the little metal clip on there, because I generally tend to lose these when you just hook them over like we see here. With them just being sort of hooked over the side, they generally tend to get lost at some point, and so I like to replace these with the clip-on accessory strap. And another thing to note is that they also come with one coup cord. These are the coup cords, and these basically, I use them for keeping my, without this, a large tripod flaps around quite a lot, so I like to use a coup cord to just keep that nice and tucked in tightly onto the bag. I generally order an extra one or two of these because although they clip into here nicely, sometimes you forget to clip them, sometimes they come loose and you end up losing them, so I like to have a couple of extra ones of these as well. So let's take the tripod off so that I can, okay, this is what you need to do. Once you've undone that, just make sure that it's clipped in there. To undo the tripod, just loosen the strap, and then you can easily pull it up and out, and then you're ready to use your tripod. And let's just open the bag and take a look inside as well. So unlike these Bataflae bags, which literally open like a butterfly, 18 litre only opens for the whole front, just comes down like this. So, I mean, that's fine. I don't necessarily think we need the Bataflae for a bag of this size. And then inside, what we've got, I've actually configured the bag so that I've got 2 camera bodies here. This is what I'll be travelling with, 2 5DS's. And I will be using the 24mm, which is on the camera filming me right now. So the 24-70 will be in here. I've just put an 85mm in here just to fill it up for now. I've got a couple of extenders, the 1.4 and the 2 times extender in here. I've got the 100-400mm here. Down here I've actually got the 70-200. I'm thinking that 30mm between 70 and 100 that I miss with this is going to be vital for landscape work. So I'm going to travel with both lenses. It makes the weight a lot more for just 30mm, but I don't want to regret not having that. And then here is the 11-24, which has been replaced, well, which has replaced 2 of my other lenses. So that's why I'm able to downsize a little bit. Now, the bag itself is configurable with these sort of out here and a camera attached to the lens. I generally don't like to travel like that. I prefer to travel with my bodies away from the lenses for a couple of reasons. One is if you take a fall, more from my icy winter tours, and you know, this is where the paranoia comes from, but if you take a fall with the lens attached to a body and it jolts, then you can actually rip the mount out of the body, and I've seen that done. One of my friends from an early tour actually slipped and ripped the back of his lens off, which is not a nice thing to happen when you're miles away from a store or a service centre. So I generally like to keep them separate. The other thing is that I don't know which lens I need on the camera to shoot at any particular time. So what I generally do is I like to just take the body out and reach for the lens that's necessary at that point in time. And so I generally keep them separate like this. Now, in Namibia, we're going to be doing some days where we'll be doing landscape. There'll be other days where we're doing predominantly wildlife. And so I might end up putting the 100-400 on a camera and just putting it in here like this. You know, move this down slightly to accommodate that. So the body will be here and the lens attached. And the thing is we have the freedom to do that. Now, the package also comes with, I've dropped the other one. So you have these little straps here. So if I do that, I can put just put 2 of these straps over here so that when I open the bag, it doesn't all fall out. There's not much likelihood of that happening, but these are a nice additional safety measure. So great, you know, like I say, we have all of these extra separators if you need them for lots of smaller lenses, things like that. There are pockets everywhere. We have pockets on the inside here, and also, just zip this back up. Zips are great quality. The earlier Gura gear Bataflae bags actually had slightly stiffer zips. They've fixed that in the newer models. So on here we have a rain cover. It's actually pretty rainproof, but if you get really heavy rain, you'll want to put the rain cover on. And you can also use this to lay down on the ground if you need to, you know, stop moisture or dirt coming onto the back of the bag. I generally don't use it for that. I actually use this to sit on more than anything, especially in snowy conditions or when it's dirty. If you forget to take a garbage bag or something like that, just get this out and lay it on the ground and sit on that. There's also, of course, these are pockets, and so you'll fill this. I've got the GPS unit, my blower, and we'll fill this with all sorts of things as we get ready to leave. So we have filters and spare batteries down here, plenty of pockets. And one of the great things about the 18-litre Bataflae is it also has a laptop pouch in the back. Now, this will only fit up to 13-inch screen laptops. My 15-inch laptop is about ½ an inch too large. It's a MacBook Pro. It's just too big to fit in here. That doesn't bother me at the moment because I honestly, when you're traveling internationally, this weighs a fair amount anyway. And if you try to put your laptop in there and then your cables and all of that into one bag, then this gets even heavier. And you're usually allowed to take a second bag with you on on any flight for a laptop and for your personal effects. So I actually carry a smaller Gura gear bag that we can probably look at some point as well, but I carry that in a different bag, and that just helps me with the carry-on allowances and things like that. The other thing to note about this bag is that it does have the other Bataflae bags, the top straps actually can be stowed away. You can't do that with the 18 litre, but it does have the belt, the waist belt that is, you can say I haven't actually configured this yet, but the waist belt does hide in the back here, and you can sort of, if you don't think you're ever going to use that, just keep it tucked away in the air like this. But it's comfortable to wear, it's light. The great thing, this was always the attraction from the Kiboko, and you know, they've carried that over into the Bataflae season. The great thing about these bags is they are light as anything. They're very tough, they're sort of shower-proof, and they are very, very spacey, as you see. You know, just in a bag this size, I've managed to fit quite a lot of equipment in there. So this is like I say, the 18 litre Gura Gear Bataflae bag. I'll put some links into the show notes for this episode, so you can go over and get some links and you know, go over and pick one up if you're interested. But a great bag. I'm really looking forward to this. These come in like a grey and a tan. I've always gone for black so far, but in Namibia, when the sun's beating down on your bag, I figured it would be nice to have the lighter colour, and I blend in better there as well with the sandy coloured tan here as well. So, okay, thanks for watching. I'm Martin Bailey, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.